If you've just started programming, you have to keep two things in mind. First is that you have to stick with the technologies that you're using and you want to use for the future, and you have to move on from the technologies that you don't want to use anymore and you're not using. And the second one, in my opinion, is so much more important. But first, let's start from the first one. Well, we have all been there. We had this dream of becoming a all-in-one programmer and learning all the technologies and being good in all of the fields of programming. But that's just not gonna happen. Or at least it will take a long time for you to do that. I mean, it's okay to just play around, hop around for a while, but you have to get back to the technologies that you want to use to make money from, or you generally want to use to make your projects. Because, well, being a master in one field is so much better than being an average programmer in all of the fields. And that, well, maybe is obvious to you, but at least I've been there. And I know that a lot of you guys had the same experience or are having the same experience. For example, I first started programming from Python, and then I found that making a graphical user interface is so hard using Python, and I immediately got overwhelmed because, well, I was just starting out. I didn't know much about programming. Then I learned about C language and a small basic, and I tried that and I hopped again. Then I tried web development, front-end development in specific, and then I got hooked. I knew that that was the thing for me to start programming with, but again, I wouldn't stay consistent that much because having a sense of a need for trying new things, and I'm pretty sure you can relate. So I tried backend development for a while before even finishing my front-end development journey. Then I tried a systematic programming language. Then I went to university and I tried C++, which was again another system-based programming language. And I was just hopping between things for a long time. But then I decided to go all in into front-end development and a little bit also in the back-end development, so generally web development. And then bam, I made profit out of it. I mean, it wasn't much, it was some small projects, but the important thing is that I got results. And the thing is, you will not get any results in your field unless you try to stick with the technologies that you want to use and not hop around. But after a while, I knew that I wanted to become a YouTuber, and I knew that if I want to get views, I have to kinda follow the trends and also stand out. I know that. And I really wanted to do more than just web. Especially these days, nowadays, that I'm kinda finishing my computer engineering degree, and I know a lot about computers right now. And this is just the second thing that I wanted to talk about. You have to move on from the technologies that you know that you're not going to use, at least for a moment. And for me, that's just all of the web development technologies. I recorded a video. I was trying to make a video about how I learned full stack development under 2 months. And I bought a course and I continued the projects and I made some personal projects using those technologies. And the video was almost ready, but well, I didn't finish it. That's why I didn't upload for a month, by the way. When you want to move on from a technology that you're using, it's kind of feels guilty. I mean, it kind of feels not right, not okay to do that. Because you feel like you're throwing away all of those skill sets that you just learned. But that's not true. You just have to have a refresher and you'll be back in no time. Even if it's like 10 years later. And less time is spent on the technologies that you don't use means more time that you can spend to learn the technologies that you actually want to use. And the same thing happened to me recently. Well, I just told you. I wanted to move on from web development. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a great start, and I totally recommend web development for those who want to start programming, because making graphical user interfaces using HTML and CSS is, in my opinion, the easiest way to make graphical interfaces in general. Well, there are apps that turn your Figma designs or Adobe XD designs into real websites, or you could just try a drag and drop design process. But when it comes to coding, I think HTML and CSS are, well, the easiest ones to build graphical interfaces with. Now you might ask, well, what do you want to learn then if you're not learning like web development? Although I wasn't learning, I was, well, working with it. I learned it already. But anyways, I just wanted to try AI developments. Well, I told you that I wanted to follow the trends. So from now on in this channel, I'm going to make you some, well, hopefully unique tutorials for different technologies related to AI development. And later, probably I'll tell you the story of myself learning these technologies, and I'll also walk you through some of the projects that I built. That's just the plan anyways. But I hope you keep those two things that I told you in mind if you're just starting out or if you're a more experienced programmer. First, that you have to focus. I know that it's so enjoyable to try new things and build new stuff, but if you want to make profit, I mean, if having fun is kind of your priority right now, be my guest. You could try anything you want, you could do anything you want with programming, but if your priority is to make profit out of coding, well, you have to focus on one or two fields maximum, like for example front-end or back-end development. And the second thing that you have to keep in mind is that you need to move on. Forget the sense of guilt that you have and just learn the programming languages or technologies that you know you're going to work with in future and you're going to make profit out of. And that was it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if the video was a little rusty. I made this video with no scripts, no previous plans, and nothing, basically. And tell me your opinion about this kind of videos. And do you like more like edited kind of videos or these kind of videos that are more simpler but like longer? And I don't want to waste any of your guys' times for any much longer, so if you're looking for a good resource to learn HTML and CSS from, you could watch this video. And if you want to start learning AI and Python with me, I guess this video is going to help you to do that. And if you don't fancy watching any of those, I guess I'll see you later in another video. So see ya!